I am going to be doing a video today. It's going to be my first video of the year and of my new channel. I am just trying to get into the habit of putting out a video on a weekly basis. So these videos really are going to be about a lot of different topics. They're going to be just kind of all over the place in the beginning. I'm really just trying to build the muscle memory and the habit of doing videos every week and posting them, editing, all of that, setting aside the time and making it important. So I'm going to go ahead and start this video now. Today's video is going to be about my dogs. I'm going to be going grocery shopping for the dogs today. So I am on my way into the grocery store to go and pick up the stuff that I use for the dogs, and I'm also going to go grocery shopping for myself. So that way you guys kind of understand why this video needs to be made, is because my dogs don't eat a traditional bagged food or canned food diet. I actually go and prepare my dogs' food every week. My dogs are on a raw diet where they get whole cuts of meat. They get fish. They also get garlic, which is good for their coat and good to help with fleas. So I will be back. I don't know if the grocery store is going to let me film in the store, but if they don't let me film in the store, I will be back when I get back to the car, and then when I get back to the house as I start to prepare everything. So I'm glad that you guys are here along for the ride, and I look forward to putting this all together for us and hopefully getting some followers off of this and seeing where this channel goes. So thank you so much for joining me, and I hope you're having a great day. You guys, so unfortunately the grocery store that I go to, they wouldn't let me record in the grocery store. That's okay. I was able to get the things that I needed to get, and that's the point. So I'm gonna go over with you guys really quickly a couple of the things that I got today and the things that go into my dog's food on a weekly basis. So first and foremost, we got a big old bag of chicken thigh quarters. This is a 10-pound bag. 10-pound bag of chicken thigh quarters at the grocery store that I go to costs $3.99. That is 39 cents a pound. You really cannot beat that as a base for your dog's food. So I get one bag like that a week of chicken. It's going to, mostly because I have two pit bulls, and when I feed them smaller cuts of meat or smaller portions of like smaller types of animals, there isn't enough bone in the meat for their system. So I find that bone in their food helps to keep their stools a little bit more solid and not as runny. If I feed them more meat and less bone, or animals that have maybe not as dense of a bone as a chicken does, then the stools are a bit runnier, and that's not good for the neighborhood, because then you got people complaining that you're leaving, presents all over their front yard or whatever. So, and I just want to be a good neighbor. So, plus chicken is great. Chicken for the dogs. I also bought this week one whole frozen rabbit. I am going to be at some point starting my homestead animal husbandry in my backyard. And so I'm going to be having rabbits that I'll be growing out myself and raising. But for now, I am buying rabbit from the store. I'm also going to have quail in my yard. I have to get the infrastructure put in place. But I bought rabbit because rabbit is $2.99 a pound, which is much cheaper than quail meat is. To buy whole quail, you get a package of like 6 quail, which the weight on it is like 26 ounces or something like that, and it was like $8. So for $8, I bought a whole 5-pound rabbit. It's a much better buy until I can start raising my own quail. In addition, I always have to have organ meat. So I bought this week, I got beef kidney. You guys can see there the beef kidney is $1.99 a pound. And I got two. I have a total of, that one is 2.5 pounds. The other one is 2.5. So I got about 4.5 pounds of beef kidney. That's going to be enough for all 3 of my dogs for the entire week. Then I also buy beef, some type of beef meat. Usually I just get whatever is the least expensive, and it typically ends up being, I live in Atlanta, and because we have just a huge Mexican population and demographic here, every time I go to the grocery store, they have carne res para tacos, and it probably should be carne de res, but whatever. It means cow meat for tacos. And that is $2.69 a pound. I really try to stay under $3 a pound for any meat that I buy for my dogs, and definitely under $4. The most I think I've ever paid is like $5 a pound for meat. And yeah, and so that's where we are now. I also, because Princess is, she's a Shih Tzu mix, and she can't eat a whole chicken thigh quarter. She can't even break down the bones in the chicken thigh quarter. So I'm typically giving her chicken necks as her bone and sort of her base for her meals. And chicken necks at the grocery store are 99 cents a pound. What else goes into my dog's food? I'm also putting fish in there. So I use this pink salmon in the can. I also use sardines in the can. Sometimes I get them in water, sometimes in vegetable oil. I also get oysters for trace minerals. It's very good for your dogs. My dogs are barking because they're in the kennel and they're upset with me right now. And then I also get tuna, and this one is in vegetable oil. Sometimes I'll get it in water. It does, I don't really see a difference. They will get 1 can of each of those a week, and I divide that among the 4 of them. In addition, my dogs also are getting a fish oil supplement, and this is a fish oil supplement that I buy from Target. It is 100% wild Alaskan fish oil, and it comes in a capsule. I actually break the capsule and take the oil and put it directly into their food. I mix it in with the fish, and that actually has mint oil in it, mint extract in it, which also helps because when you feed your dogs raw, sometimes their gas and their breath can get a little bit rough. And so by having the mint oil in the fish oil that I mix into their food, it also helps so that way they're not as gassy. And so that way when they do have gas, it's not terribly offensive. In addition to that, the last thing I would say, my dogs also get garlic. Garlic is a really great that I've researched online, is a really great natural anti-flea. And so I actually take the garlic, I put it in my food processor. I use the liquids from all of the meat, and then put that, and that makes like this really nice paste. It kind of looks like a pesto, and that gets divided between the 3 dogs as well. And last but not least, trace stuff, I put turmeric powder in my dog's food. Turmeric is great for digestion. It's great for us as humans. It's also great for our dogs. And so I use turmeric powder in my dog's food mix when I put their food together. So I'm going to start working on their food mixes, and I will be back when I get probably halfway through to kind of show you guys what's going on. Thanks. I'm almost halfway through this project. I am going to show you guys what we have so far. So far I've portioned out the chicken, and this is beef kidney. So chicken thigh quarter, beef kidney. These are for the boys, for Noche and Apollo. And then for Princess, she has her chicken neck and beef kidney, smaller pieces, of course, for smaller dog. I am getting ready to start on the garlic and the rabbit, and portioning out the carne para tacos, and get that all in there, and the fish, and There's a lot. The fish and the turmeric. And I'll be back and I will go over that once it's all completed. And actually, I'll probably come back once I get over to the food processor and start doing the fish and the garlic. So I'll be back shortly. You guys, thank you so much for sticking with me throughout this video. I'm now back with the finished product. I do want to put out the disclaimer up front that I did forget to put in the turmeric this week. That's okay. It's more like a supplement for the dogs. So if they get it, they get it. If they don't, they don't, and that's fine. So this is what the dog food looks like all prepared. And let's see, if you look here, you can see the chicken thigh quarter. You can see there is the beef kidney there. If you look over here, there is the garlic mix, and that is where I put in the oil, the fish oil that has the mint. And then this on the top has just the carne para tacos. It's just beef that's cut up very small. And then underneath is the fish mix that has the tuna. It has tuna, salmon, it has sardines, and it has oysters. So some of this video I don't know yet. Some of it may be dubbed over just because this is my very first video and I'm not sure that all of the takes are going to be very good. But I'm going to go ahead and get this all edited together and uploaded. And hopefully you guys will enjoy this and it helps someone that might be deciding to transition their dog to raw food and kind of what you can do and how you can do it. I also want to show you guys Princess's food, because that is the chicken thigh quarters that are for the big guys. This is what Princess's portion looks like. It's got 2 chicken necks. It has the beef, it has the fish, it has the garlic, and it has the beef kidney. So that's what her food looks like. I have, oh, almost dropped my phone. I have a guide that I use as far as what the portions are. I've been doing this, you know, for about a year now. And so I pretty much generally eyeball it. And I can tell based on what my dogs look like, whether they're getting enough food. Like I know when Noche kind of gets thin behind his rib cage, that maybe he's not getting as much food as he needs. And the same thing with Apollo. I know that if he starts to get too bulky, that especially in the wintertime, because we don't jog as much in the winter. But in the wintertime, if he starts to get too bulky, then I need to kind of dial back his portion size with the extra things that he gets as far as you know, the size of the chicken thigh quarter and how much meat he's getting and all of that, the additives that go into it. I also did not do the rabbit this week just because the rabbit that I bought was frozen and I just don't really have the time to thaw out the rabbit and then, you know, wait for it to thaw out and then make separate meals of the rabbit. So what I'm going to do is next week when I go grocery shopping, I will I'll thaw the rabbit out the night before, so that way it's ready to go next week Saturday. I'll thaw it out Friday night, and then that way when I prepare the meals, I have rabbit that I can add into their food for next week. In addition, wanted to also mention to you guys that my dogs also get quail eggs and chicken eggs. At least once a week, generally though, probably twice a week. The market that I go to is like a sort of multicultural market. And so we actually get quail eggs in there on a regular basis. So until I can get my quail and my rabbits up and running, my dogs get quail eggs from the store. They also get rabbit eggs. I buy, of course, the cage-free, organic eggs. Those are what I eat. I also eat quail eggs because I think that they taste amazing. But that's what my dogs get. So I usually buy enough quail eggs for me to eat quail eggs and for the dogs to eat quail eggs as well. So hopefully you guys will like, comment, and subscribe on this video. This video in this forum for me is very new. I am hoping that I will get people in the raw feeding community who will, also educate me on things that I may be doing wrong or things that I could improve on. I would certainly appreciate any positive feedback. And again, this is for me to start my channel and get into the muscle memory and habit of posting videos, shooting videos every week and posting them on a regular basis. So I want you guys to hold me to task, keep me in here, and I look forward to sharing more of my life. Not just the stuff with the dogs and the dog food, but just everything that I do and have going on. So thank you guys. Like, comment, and subscribe. You guys know that part of it has to be done. So thank you so much, and I look forward to sharing more with you and hopefully hearing from you guys as well. Bye-bye.